And do you have a favorite Zelda game?
I better not say.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, bringing you another Pokemon Legends ZA video. This time with a little bit of Zelda sprinkled through, just for a little bit of spice. Alright, so we got some information here today. We have some information from Riddler Khu. We also have a pretty interesting theory on exactly what's going on with the logo of Legends ZA. Why is it called Legends ZA, and how this connects to the Poetic Edda, and as well, strangely enough, Lugia. So we're going to talk about that. We also have some information about Zelda. A lot of information came out about Zelda last week due to the anniversary. Some information on a possible Zelda game coming out for the Switch 2. A lot more in today's episode. So stay tuned. Of course, you want to continue getting videos like this from me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. All right, let's hop on into this. So we're gonna start off with Riddler Khu. So Riddler Khu starts off with some scrapped moves from Generation 7. Now, usually he kind of does this cut content from Scarlet and Violet, so maybe this was cut from, Generation 7 and Scarlet and Violet. Maybe they tried to do it again, but they decided not to do it, but this is what we got, though. So he says some scrapped moves in Generation 7. It says the first one is called Induce, which that's what it's translated to. And it says, causes the sleeping target to faint when used during hail. So I'm guessing hypothermia is what this is relation to. So basically, if it's hailing, or snowing, which is what it does in Generation 9, and the target is asleep, they just die. So I mean, I guess I can kind of see why they didn't do a move like that, because why would you need a move that kills when when it's snowing, when you've got sheer cold that can just do that without any snow at all? So it is what it is. The other move is called Play Ghost. It basically says substitute the target's normal type into ghost type. If the target's already been a ghost type, it will fail. So basically, it's kind of like I think Drench. If I'm not mistaken, Drench turns you into a water type, I think. So this will be something like that. They don't have a lot of moves that play with the opponent's typing, so I think that would actually be pretty good, especially now that Terras are a thing. Being able to just change your opponent's typing would actually be kind of cool. So just a little bit of content there. Alright, so we move on to the Zelda stuff. So we have an article here. It says, Japan Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Masterworks 464-page art book coming in August. So Nintendo has officially confirmed that Japanese gamers will soon be able to get their hands on the special 464-page art book based on the critically acclaimed Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The Masterworks art book launches in the Land of the Rising Sun on August 30th. There's currently no word on a Western release yet for the Masterworks art book, but if that changes, we'll let you know. So essentially, it's basically kind of like the last Zelda art book that we got, that basically gave us a lot of lore on what was going on in Breath of the Wild and a bit of lore from the older games. It also gave us the timeline. So of course, maybe we could get an updated timeline for Zelda in this game, because we know that things have kind of changed in the Zelda timeline because of Tears of the Kingdom, you know. But we all know that they're also not strictly following the timeline anyway. It's just the fans that care more about the timeline than Nintendo does. But yeah, that should be pretty interesting. We got some art from it. They got the little Zelda with the short haircuts. I'll be honest, I kind of like these short haircuts. I'm not even a big short hair fan. I kind of dig these for Zelda. So more Zelda news. We have Stealth, and he's a known leaker in the community. And he says, according to leaker Midori, Breath of the Wild will be getting a new edition on Switch 2. U-King is the code name for it. A deluxe edition Breath of the Wild with all the DLC on the cart with enhanced visuals and performance would be tempting. So now, of course, I've been talking about this, and other people have been talking about this for a while when it comes to Scarlet and Violet. You know what I'm saying? Seeing as though they've said they made these updated visuals and all this other kind of stuff, and the performance of the game basically means that it clearly needs a more powerful machine. So, you know, porting it to Switch 2 would be nothing. The same thing goes for Breath of the Wild. So a Breath of the Wild Switch 2 port would be pretty crazy. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, it'll be pretty good. You know, and a lot of people kind of sort of like Breath of the Wild a little bit more than Tears of the Kingdom, which I don't really see how, but I could definitely see that being a pretty good selling point for the Wii, I mean for the Switch 2, you know. I mean, since the last two Switch consoles have had Zelda games at launch, why not keep it up, you know? So more from Stealth. This time we're talking about the Zelda movie. So he says, Sony, the Legend of Zelda movie is being developed and made in the closest possible collaboration with Shigeru Miyamoto. He's a true genius in that world, and really it's his strong vision that is motivating it. So far, all the right things are being said, at least. He also says that Aonuma and Fujibayashi-san are not involved in the project, which honestly is actually kind of good. I still like Aonuma, but he's more focused on the newer games, and so this movie is going to kind of establish Zelda in the movie world. Not to mention it's not going to be canon anyway, so I guess it will be good for Miyamoto to kind of do this one and kind of let them do the games on their own. So today's video is actually sponsored by me, you know, my clips channel. So I made a third channel, you know what I'm saying, that will incorporate clips from my first channel, which is this channel, and my second channel, which is the Loot Box Hero. So if you want some smaller, more digestible bits that aren't these full like 10+ minute videos, because you know I can be a little bit long-winded, you can go there. It's basically a clips channel. Most of the clips are under 4 minutes long, and it takes out segments of these videos and just kind of has them there, nice little digestible chunks for you. So of course if you wanted to check that out, you could, but let's continue on. So we continue on and we go on to Umino Tami. So Umino Tami has been actually a pretty interesting source for when it comes to Pokemon Legends ZA information and theories. I'm not quite sure how, like, you know, accurate this is, but it's definitely interesting to talk about though. So first they start off with the ZA, and then it basically said ZA is AE. Now this isn't really just AE, it's actually Ash. Alright, it's actually a Norse symbol for Ash. Alright, as in the Ash tree. Now, of course, this all connects back to Norse mythology because everything involving Generation 6 does. Now, the Ash Tree is actually what Yzgadril is. Now, Yzgadril is, of course, the world tree that the entire Gen 6 story is based around. So that tree is an Ash Tree, and Ash trees are known to be pretty sacred to Vikings. So that kind of explains why we have the ZA and why it kind of looks like that. You know, that random dash right there is not really between the Z and the A. It's actually to make the Ash symbol. So then he goes on to say Aegir or Ashgir. I'm not quite sure how you would pronounce this. I would say Aegir or Agir. Is also a reference, you know, to the logo. It said he is the god of the raging sea, and then it's got you know, Regia, and then it's got Aegir. Basically, he tries to connect this to Lugia. So it says Lugia is said to be silver inverted. It is also Aegir inverted. So basically, he is saying that this kind of all connects, because Aegir is kind of like the Poseidon of Norse mythology. But the thing is, he has nothing to do with the World Tree story. All right, so maybe he is the new threat that is gonna be in Pokemon Legends ZA, or maybe this is actually tying this possible gold and silver remake into all of this. Now, personally, I'm not really a component of that rumor that there's gonna be some sort of weird gold and silver remake, but Umino Tami seems to talk about this a lot, and I've seen it from some other people. I even see Riddler Khu loosely reference something like that. So maybe something's coming down the pipe, or maybe there's going to be a connection to gold and silver in some way. I think this is all pretty interesting, and basically that's what this is all for, to start a conversation. So tell me what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to do some more scripted videos, because as you probably can notice, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel for Pokemon stuff. So like, comment, subscribe, follow the space, make sure you can see my new videos, and keep it real.